It's Powdered Cheese Aficionado, and today I'm going to be playing some games with my new Dimir control deck, using some new cards from Bloomborough, and just trying to figure out what Dimir control has in this new meta. Here's my current list. We're using lots of counterspells in the form of Phantom Interference, 3 Steps Ahead, one of my all-time favorites from recent sets, and the new card Spellgyre from Bloomborough, which also gives us card advantage. We have 4 Duresses, 1 in the main and 3 in the sideboard, for hand hate against control mirrors and other strategies like that. Could also use this against Urbrass Forge decks. We also have a Defabricate in the sideboard to fight against Urbrax Forge. Haven't used this card yet in Standard, but I feel like it could be good in the right situation. We're using Intimidation Campaign for some further card advantage and a little bit of incidental life gain. And we have 4 Lilianas of the Veil to really put pressure on our opponents, kill their stuff, and make them discard their whole hand. So this deck is really just designed to grind the opponent down until they can't do anything, and then finish the job with a card like Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Not my favorite card, but unfortunately I think this deck does need at least 1 copy to help win. We have Urtai. We also have Harvester of Misery as a sweeper and a threat, and then we're rocking 4 Restless Reefs in the mana base, as well as a Mirrex for win cons. We also have Fountain Port for some other card advantage, and then Season of Weaving as a draw spell or a bit of a sweeper, and then in a rare case we could copy Harvester of Misery, an Urtai, or even a 2/2 Spirit Token made from Phantom Interference, which is another counterspell that I'm trying out. I think there needs to be some sort of counterspell in the 2 mana slot, so I'm going to try out 2 of these and see how they do. It might be too many counterspells, but I'm a big fan of counterspells, so I want to see how that goes. And then in terms of removal, we're rocking 3 cut downs in the main and 1 more in the sideboard for little creatures. We have 3 Go for the Throat. We have Sheoldred's Edict to a bit of a flexible removal spell, Long Goodbye for uncounterability. And then we also have 4 Deadly Cover-Ups, which is our main sweeper, but also can serve as Graveyard Hate if needed, and can exile all our opponent's Atraxas from their deck, for example. And then if we're fighting against any graveyard strategies, we also have 3 Jace the Perfected Mind to mill them out. We're also rocking Tishana's Tidebinder to help us against Domain, and it's just a generally very flexible card that I like. And then we also have Chromehost Seed Shark as another win con for the grindy matches. We also have an Aquazotz in the sideboard for any other life gain or longevity, because this keeps recurring and also is good against aggro. And then we also have Outrageous Robbery for some more card advantage, and it helps out with our Jace Mill strategy if that ends up being our win con. I'm pretty excited to try this out, so let's see how it goes in some games. Alrighty. Wow, seems like a solid hand to me. Got some gain land, tapped stuff going on. Been using a lot of 3-color mana bases recently in my control decks, and I'm kind of curious what it's like to play with a 2-color control deck. Alright, so maybe some sort of fairy deck on the other side. Just play our gain land. A lot of fairy stuff going on. Okay. Alright, nothing going on, so question is, I think we want to have one of our kill spells open, so I'll just play the island and say go. I think we'll just take 1 from this fairy, assuming it doesn't do anything. Restless Reef. Alright, okay, we don't get an untapped land, so that's a little concerning. Next turn, if we really don't get the land, we can use 3 steps ahead to draw some cards. Okay, I'm glad we didn't target that with Go for the Throat. Getting all our spell gyres, unfortunately. But I love this card because it's so flexible. I'm not sure, you know, if it's the best card ever, but definitely an exciting new card that I'm enjoying trying out. Okay. Get the Sleep Curse Fairy out, which Children's Edict could be kind of good against here. Which I think I'm going to try and use because this does have Ward, and if they have counter spells in their hand, we just need to get them out of that hand over there. Do they counter it? Restless Reef, I kind of want to save our Go for the Throat for. Okay, they're going to save, use Mastermind instead. I'm going to draw here with 3 steps ahead because we need to keep hitting land drops for our higher cost spells. And get rid of a Spell Gyre, and I'll play the tap land and say go. And this will not be online quite yet. Doesn't seem like a combo deck to me. I know sometimes this card is used in those types of combos where you can get unlimited mana. With Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Roaming Throne. Alright, so Deadly Cover-Up looking pretty sweet here. Because this needs to die for sure. Interesting Fairy Tribal on the other side of the board. Ooh, and they play another creature. That's great for us. Yeah. Mockingbird. So Mockingbird X can be 0 and it can still come in as a copy. That's pretty good. Could be kind of a fun card to try out in a future build. And right now I think I'm just gonna sweep it up and exile Roaming Throne with Deadly Cover-Up. Deadly Cover-Up really showing its worth right here. Could do the Sleep Curse Fairy, but I think Roaming Throne is the scariest threat, and Go for the Throat doesn't kill it, and we get one from their hand, which is great. Let's just take a peek here. They have Hernlock Whale. They do have Shieldred, which is good to know about. And other fairy synergies. Ego Drain. Wow, interesting build on the other side of the board. Alright, nice. So, Stoic Sphinx. Definitely a lot of threats. And unfortunately, won't be able to counter anything this turn. So we could clean up both their creatures here by playing Liliana and Go for the Throat, but definitely gonna play the Demolition Field. I think we just wait for now and probably take this hit for 6. Alright, they're gonna swing in. We can't target the Sphinx. I think we just take this, and then on end step we'll draw with Spellgyre if they don't cast anything. Or we could also Demolition Field their Restless Reef into Spellgyre. So this feels pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna draw. Don't really want to take another hit from the Sphinx here. Yeah, so Demolition Field the Reef. Do they have a Tidebinder? No. Ooh, that makes our life actually pretty good. I'm gonna let them draw, and then we can Liliana their Sphinx. Assuming they don't counter Liliana. Yep, great. Get a Swamp. Spellgyre for 2. Draw 2, that is. Interesting. In that case, I think we still Spell Dryer. Maybe we can get a sweeper here. We do. We get a Deadly Cover-Up. So I'm going to take both these. I want the land and the cover-up. That feels good. They're not holding up counter magic at all, which is fine by me. So I think we probably use Deadly Cover-Up here. We could also try to counter something next turn. Use Go for the Throat, but the Sphinx is a little... It's getting on my nerve. Let's just say that. Collect Evidence 6. And I remember they had 4 Obiras in the deck. I don't remember how many Sphinxes, but I think I'll just take the Obira here. Okay, so Hornlock Whale is going to come in. Let's get their Obiras. Haven't seen any Shieldreds yet, which is a little scary. Another Dream Thief. I mean, I'm assuming they're just going to slam this big-ass whale down. Yep. Interesting, because we could have another sweeper there. So I think in response, we'll just... yeah, we can cut down this. Play Liliana. Get rid of the whale, and then we can hold up 3 steps ahead, which feels pretty good.
One of your friends has to leave.
Alright, so... Definitely going to counter or kill whatever they do, I'd say. They're going to use their Dream Thief card advantage. This card is kind of cool to, for a little incidental card advantage for a 1-drop. I kind of like that. So they're just tapping out here. And Liliana... I'm going to tick up Liliana, but I'm not quite sure what to discard. Probably that. Let's just discard Phantom Interference. And then I think we play Harvester of Misery, and just, we could also attack with Restless Reef here. Alright, I'm going to be cautious, and then we really want like at least one more land to be able to attack with the Reef and hold up a counterspell. So the Spell Dryer can draw us 2. Duress and Long Goodbye. I don't really like either of those. I'm going to bin them. I don't think either of those are good right now. Lands are good. Plus Liliana, bin the sewers. Alright, so they have got nothing going on the other side, so... I'm gonna play Harvester. Even though it's not gonna hit anything. Alright, so Harvester is here to stay, at least for a turn. Back up Liliana. Man, I mean, I'm just feeling good. Let's discard our backup. Alright, they're gonna Mastermind. It's fine.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
So... I think we want to try and kill this on their untap step, because if we force them to use it now, I go for the throating it, they'll get an extra card, because we'll have drawn a second card this turn. So I'm going to attack with Harvester. Okay, they're going to draw anyways. So I'm going to kill this right now. Am I? Yeah, I'm going to kill this right now before they can activate it again. And then they don't get the double trigger. So we can remove our stop. We get Phantom Interference, which at this point is probably just making a 2/2. Unless they double spell here. Nothing. Yeah, let's just make it a little baby threat. I guess we could have saved that to tick up the Liliana. Maybe that would have been the move. Cut down. Well, cut down seems pretty bad. If they have another mastermind, maybe we'll regret that. I think we just swing in with Restless Reef and try to finish this job. Mockingbird, Spell Center. Okay. I like the Fairy Tribal idea. It's cool. They're in 1, so... And we have 3 steps ahead up. Okay, they pass. No sticks. I think that's it. Oh my god, there's Shieldreds. Alright, game 1 went pretty well for us. Lots of little creatures. I think Cut Down is good here. Maybe a little Duress. And we didn't run into Shieldred at all, but we definitely have ways to deal with it. We could also do Tidebinder. I think Aclazotz could be good. I'm trying to think if we want to like mill them, but probably not, right? I don't even feel a huge need to change that much, which is funny. And I also didn't see a Cavern of Souls to make things uncounterable. Go down a Spellgyre, go down a Liliana, go down an Intimidation campaign. Probably get rid of Season of Weaving too. And then, sure, we'll put it in a Tidebinder just for fun. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Alright, this seems pretty nice to me. We got turn 1 Duress. And then we get 3 steps ahead, and hopefully we can survive to Deadly Cover-Up. Are they going to have turn 1 Duress right here? Looks like it. It's a shame. Ego Drain. Interesting, kind of fairy-based card because they have to get rid of one of their own cards to do this right now, which makes it a little worse than Duress, I would say. Okay, they take our sweeper. What do they exile? Okay, so their sideboard plan is to mill us, I guess. Oh, let's get into their hand. Okay, definitely get rid of Spell Stutter there. Don't really care about Bitter Triumph, at least not until much later. And they don't have their mill stuff. We wanted 3 steps ahead online for the Sphinx, so I'm going to play a tap land, and, you know, we'll just take a turn off. Not use Long Goodbye, but that's okay. I think I want to try to counter their Sphinx next turn. If they oh, okay. They're gonna play their Cavern, which we didn't see last time. That's okay. But it's on Sphinx, not Fairy, which is kind of funny. Aclazotz can also kind of trade with the Sphinx if it comes to that, but they'll probably use Bitter Triumph on Aclazotz. So we can't counter the Sphinx. We could draw cards at 3 steps ahead, but I think we just get rid of Obira here, right? Maybe a little reactive of me, but I'm not sure. Dimir versus Dimir. Dimir versus Dimir. Nothing. Cut down would have been nice because we have no way to deal with the Restless Reef right now. So we pass. Cut down would have been nice for the Obira because I would have loved to save Long Goodbye for the reef. Uncounterable Sphinx. Got it. So we definitely need an answer for that because Aquazotz is a really slow answer. Oh, you can't use reef right now there. So we'll probably draw with 3 steps ahead to try to get an answer for the Sphinx. Draw 2. We want to try to hold on to cut down for a Fairy Mastermind. Alright, they're gonna use a counterspell on that. So, what do we do? I think we get Aquazotz down. They'll use Bitter Triumph on it, and then we can try to empty our hand to get Aquazotz back. It's a bit risky. And the Sphinx might kill us before then, before we draw an answer for it. Kind of can't do much else other than attack with Reef there, or hold up Cut Down, which doesn't seem like a great move. Okay, so... It's actually a player. We don't have to have 1 or fewer in our hand. Very chill. So... There's a stick. This might be a Fairy Mastermind or kill spell, I guess. So let's use Temple of the Dead. There's Aquazotz. And then we have Phantom Interference open if they play something that's not a Sphinx. What are they gonna do? I mean, we're on a bit of a clock with the Sphinx. If they can deal with Aquazotz, Sphinx kills us pretty quickly. They still can't use Restless Reef. They're a bit bricked on mana right now. Feel like they're gonna kill our Aquazotz. Will they? Okay, there's the Sphinx. So we're down to 6. The Reef is very scary, honestly, right now. Roaming Throne for sure gets countered. Nice, Phantom Interference showing up right there. Aquazotz online, let's just chill. We could attack with Aquazotz there, actually, and gain 4, which is maybe the move. But I still don't have a way to kill the Sphinx, so I'm gonna risk it. Hopefully they don't kill Aquazotz right now, and if they do, we'll maybe have 1 more turn with 4 cards in their deck. Alright, Aquazotz wall is working. Let's try and essentially draw forward from them. Counterspell? They must have a counterspell at this point, right? They've already used 2 spell stutters, and I don't remember if they had other counterspells in their deck. Mill strategy. Ooh, okay, it resolves. We get our own Sphinx. That's cool. Let's see if this resolves, and then probably attack with Aquazotz to gain the life. It does. They have to discard. Feeling pretty good about our position right now, even though our low life total, so kind of curious what they do. You know, Sphinx is like it's a good beater for them, but I don't know if you can have Sphinx in a deck with a Roaming Throne and all your fairies. It feels a little bit much, if you know what I mean. They're thinking about it. They're gonna kill it, right? Okay. Hornlock Whale. Top or bottom, so I'm gonna use Corrupted Conviction, and it'll actually make the Hornlock Whale go away also. We get to draw 2. It's pretty bad for them. That seems to be a big threat. And they have to get rid of a Mastermind, so feeling pretty good right now. Sure, keep that on top. We have lands, we have Shieldred, we have Cut Down. What are they gonna do, really? What are they gonna do? So, Sphinx here for us is really just a blocker. It's a land. Oh. Okay. Reef is coming in. Attack all? Question mark? We do have to be careful of our life total. Oh, okay. They're gonna mill us. I believe. They're gonna mill themselves. Alright, so I think they're trying to get some value out of their own graveyard. I think we gotta trade Sphinxes, right? And probably chump with the Dream Thief. And then next turn... So... play Shieldred, and then I think we could either transform Temple of the Dead or hold up Spellgyre. I'm a little conflicted, honestly. I think we need the threat, so I'm going to transform Temple of the Dead. Then they have to really deal with both of these to survive. I can't even think of what would be a big threat right now for them to play. I mean, if they have something... Yeah, okay. That's something, for sure, that we could have countered. Our own Childred's gonna help us out, though, so... Don't want to tackle our Restless Reef into Childred, obviously, so I'll just play another Restless Reef, hold up Spellgyre, and we're gonna swing with Aquazotz. Because these Shieldreds right now are just going to cancel each other out. We tie them with life. Feeling pretty good. Yep. And we're definitely going to Spellgyre or something unless it's a Sphinx. Demolition Field feeling pretty good for next turn. Get rid of the Reef or the Cavern of Souls, or probably the Reef. If they attack with Sheldred here, I think I'd just take it. Oh, they don't. Like, they could offer a trade, I suppose. And I want to hold up Spellgyre because we just need to stop anything they do, and we need to keep attacking with the Aquazotz. So we get Demolition Field down, that feels good, and swing for 4 in the air again. And as long as we keep getting Aquazotz hits in, and both having a Shieldred, they can't really do much. Oh. Touching their Reef over there? Very Mastermind, that's fine, and we will promptly cut that down. I feel like they might scoop right now. Intimidation campaign, sure, a little more card advantage. They lose 4, we gain 4. Feeling pretty good right now. So we can play this and still hold up Spellgyre and Demolition Field, which is awesome. Shieldred really showing why she is a multi-format heavy hitter, unfortunately. Alright, they're down to 6, so I would say this is their last turn to do something. They lose a life from that card draw. Alright, what are you gonna do? Not much, I don't think. Our scary Dimir army is gonna come in and steal the day. I love how whenever you commit a crime, this triggers. It's kind of just a sweet card advantage engine, honestly. If they attack with Shouldred here, definitely not going to block. They don't. Alright. Get the cover up, sure. So, you're dead? You know, I'm realizing even if, I think they're going to die off of the shoulder trigger anyways. So I'm just going to attack for 4 and counter whatever they do here. Oh, we can't counter it. Okay, so Akazatz gets traded, so maybe we should double Restless Reef there. Alright, so maybe we miss lethal, but not too concerned, I will say. We also could have Demolition Field the Cavern of Souls for that Sphinx, but I don't know how we would have known about it, honestly. Good game, they say. No blocks. Don't think they can deal 20 damage to us. Kill their reef. Get our campaign back. All right, so nice, we got our 4th Restless Reef. Fine by me. No stick on that, so we're just gonna swing in with the whole gang. Yep, they can draw a card and lose a life if they want. Don't think there's anything to do. Nice. Bang boom. So thanks again for watching my Dimir control list. I've been having a lot of fun with this deck, and please give a like and subscribe to my channel if you liked this video and enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.